Hi, hello. Oh, look a bit further down in the camera. I hope you can see me. Let me just turn up a bit. Now you've probably got the top of my head and not the rest of me. Sorry about sitting in the window, but it's the only place I've got any decent light. The weather's not too great again. Yeah. Wrist straps. I went to the GP yesterday and I said to him, you know, I'm in really bad pains in my hands and in my wrists and everything, right up to my elbows, and he just looked at me and said, oh, it's just your arthritis, you know. Bear in mind, I've had this arthritis since I was about 6, but back then they used to call it growing pains. Well, I'm certainly not growing now. Mind you, I'm grown with twice, but I mean, that doesn't count, does it? But my bones just ache on certain days. I'm sure it's where I live. Wet, damp climate, you know. I get them up my legs as well. And he just more or less shrugged his shoulders and said, well, you've got arthritis, what do you expect? And I got a telling off because I hadn't arranged my back operation, and he said, if the specialist tells you that you need it doing, then you need it doing. They don't say these things lightly. You know, they're more inclined these days to put things off. So if they don't put it off and they tell you you need it doing, then you need it doing. So I've got to revise my thinking on that. I rang up about the painkilling injections for my spine, which I've not had as yet. Apparently I'm on the waiting list, but she couldn't tell me how far up, how far down the waiting list I am. So anyway, what have I been doing? Well, I finished off, it needs blocking, the waistcoaty, whatever you want to call it. Oh, oh dear, got a little hole. Somebody didn't sew that one up very well, did they? It's good you've noticed it before I sent it off, isn't it? That was the pattern I got from Serda. I think I showed you in a previous video, and I was using this the bamboo wool that I got from Hong Kong via eBay. I have started another. This is bamboo as well. Again, for the shop bit. From what I can gather, that's the centre back. It goes that way. It's where's my pattern gone? I did show you the pattern before. It's that one. So you do the back bit, and then I'm not quite sure where you fit the front bits on and the sleeves, but I'm just hoping I've got enough wool because I've only got 3 balls. That's all you buy really when you get them from eBay. You only get 3 balls really. And that's another pattern that I bought, you know, hopefully, because I've got all these 3 balls of this gorgeous wool, but I've only got 3 balls of each colour. So I'm hoping to do something like that with it. I finished off, this is from the Doris Chan book, I think it's called Cinnabar. Both of these need a button, but they're finished. You know, it's like a long sleeve cardigan, and it was done in that cotton I got from Deramores. I decided I really loved working with it. I would go back on Deramores and I would order some more, even though I'm supposed to be not buying any more, and it had all gone. That is the only problem with Deramores. You have to get it when you see it, otherwise it's not there anymore. So unfortunately, well, they did have some. They had this very bright orange colour, but it didn't float my boat, if you know what I mean. What am I doing at the minute? Well, apart from doing that crocheting, I suddenly realised that my sister-in-law had asked me for a pair of socks for a birthday. It's a birthday tomorrow, I think, Saturday. This is all I've done, part of a sock. It's quite fine. It's pure wool, and it's got little splodges in, which come like that. I think what I'm going to have to do is I've found another book. We're going now. Another book, which is the Crochet Gifts book, which I've had for quite a while, and there's a pair of crochet socks in here. So I think I'll do the crochet socks tonight, and tell her that that's the pattern, crochet socks, and tell her that the knitted ones are on the way, because I definitely won't have those knitted ones finished. What else have I got? Oh, that's the book that I used for these. Do you know, it's fallen to pieces, this book. If you've not got this book, I thoroughly recommend it. I mean, I did do a few curses and a few swears before I got into the hang of doing the top down and the increases. All I will say is, if you do any of these, don't think you can do them without stitch markers, because you can't. Yeah, do the stitch markers. What else did I get? Oh, I sent away to America because Tacky Stacey Charles cannot get them in the UK whatsoever. So this tiny little book cost me about £15. But, as we say, what's the invention? Nothing gained. Those are the ones that are in there. And those, I quite like this one. Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder if I've shown you this before, I can't remember. Those are the vests. So if I have shown you this before, I do apologise. I've got the brain of a goldfish, you know, 3 seconds around the bowl and I've forgotten everything I said before. Never mind. As my dad would say, you've got Alzheimer's disease. That's what he used to call Alzheimer's, and the ironic thing is the fact that apart from the cancer that he died from, he actually had Alzheimer's before he died. That's a brightly coloured dress. I think it's Doris Chan, I'm not too sure. No, I really am sure I've shown you this before. But you might have missed that video, so I'll show it you all again. And that is definitely Doris Chan in the middle, because it's very much like the one I've just done, but a different stitch. I also have from before a Tacky Stacey Charles pattern that I got before, and the trouble I had to get this one, I had to get hold of somebody on Ravelry and they sent it to their mother in London. I had to pay the mother in London who then sent it to me. What a performance. But I did make that out of it and it was very lovely. I made the one on the front in red and black and that was very pretty. And I've seen that one done many times and it is very beautiful. But I haven't actually made that one myself. Well, not yet anyway. There's a red stole in that one. I think this one's still available. And that's... Now that one, my friend said, oh, I love that. I said, no, you don't. I said, you get hooked up on everything. I said, that is just all chains. Sorry, but I'm not making of that one. And then this, I think, is absolutely beautiful. It's one of the ones I bought it for. But my friend made it and she had terrible trouble getting the size right. So I just didn't do it. So maybe I will one day. What else have I got? Oh, my labels came. My handmade by the Urban Gypsy Crochet. They're to go in the things I make. I think that's about it really that I can think of. Went out on my scooter. My scooter's working. They came to bring me the basket, but I decided to have the bag instead, because in the bag there's 2 container things right for you to put your crutches in, you know, which is handy, or your walking stick, which is handy if I ever manage to get out and about on it. I don't know yet whether or not I'm going to be able to go on the tram with it, but we'll have to see about that, won't we? What else have I been doing? Catching up on a lot of YouTube videos. There's too many friends of mine on YouTube for me to name them all individually. It's a shame that you can't like have a favourites list, is it, or whatever. I suppose you could look who I've been watching, couldn't you, through the YouTube thing. I watch loads of people and they're all very... Some that I absolutely love, like, well, she's not called Pam Loomer, well, she never was called Pam Loomer. That was her name on the Looming channel. She's now got her own vlog that she does every day. And she has me in stitches, you know, because she's got my sense of humour, really. Quite sarcastic at times, but not nasty, just sarcastic at times, yeah. And I can't remember what her name is now, her other name. It's Pam anyway. If you look back, you'll see what I've been watching. And then I always watch Margaret, which is Margaret Imalanda. And then I always watch Z. I watch Zoe 24 Carat. Oh, what else do I watch? Yolanda Soto Lopez I watch. Too many for me to name. If I've left anybody out, it's not because I don't watch you. I do. And Hayley's Hearts, who is very naughty and she hasn't made any videos lately. Hayley, where are you? There's quite a few people actually I used to watch on a regular basis that seem to have fallen off the grid, you know. Yeah. Oh, I watch Cam Cab as well. She does knitting, crocheting, and she's also now got an Addy. Yeah. I've not touched my Addy for weeks, so I really need to start again on that. But at the moment I've been concentrating on the crocheting because I need to get it finished by May the 9th to send it off, you know. Well, I think every time I finish I always think that I should have said that and I should have said that, but it's all I can remember right now. So I guess it's bye for now, and I am off to crochet a sock. Bye bye.